All right, let's jump right into this explainer and cut straight through the massive hype surrounding artificial intelligence in 2026, just so we can see what's actually working in the real world today. We're looking at a pretty fundamental shift here. That old dream of a single, omnipotent AI that runs your entire life and business, yeah, it's fading. What's replacing it is actually far more practical, far more effective, and deeply, deeply specialized. You know, Ryan over on Indie Hackers really hit the nail on the head here. This quote perfectly shatters that myth of the do-it-all AI. Coming straight from the builders, the folks actually in the trenches deploying these systems, he points out that trying to use an AI as a general worker for literally everything usually just creates more complexity than actual value. So here is our agenda for today. First up, the era of specialization. Then AI in the developer stack. Third, automating business and email. Fourth, navigating AI creative media. And finally, guardrails and human oversight. Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the era of specialization and the myth of the general AI. So, here is the absolute crucial point. Broad, reactive agents just lack continuity. Think about it. When you ask one single tool to act as your CEO, your marketer, and your developer, it breaks down. It drifts way off from what you'd actually approve. But on the flip side, narrow tools that target one single defined workflow, like say just answering calls or just handling outbound sales, they survive and they absolutely thrive in production. They're highly reliable simply because they only have one job to do. Moving right along to Section 2, AI in the developer stack and how we are solving the validation bottleneck. Get this, fully AI-generated code exploded to 27.6% of all pull requests in the past year alone. Think about that for a second. It proves that writing the actual code is no longer the primary hurdle for developers. The bottleneck has completely shifted. And this landscape brilliantly illustrates our core theme here. You don't need an AI that just generates more code. You need specific tools to clear your specific workflow bottlenecks. Look at these examples. You've got Greptile, which is specialized for PR reviews with full code-based context to catch those sneaky hidden bugs. Cursor embeds agents right into your editor. Snick handles real-time security scanning to find unsafe patterns. And Sentry Seer investigates live production errors. Because honestly, if your senior engineers are completely overwhelmed with reviewing all that new AI-generated code, dropping an AI-native editor into the mix isn't going to help you at all. You need targeted validation layers. As the data shows us, the best productivity tool is simply the one that removes your biggest bottleneck. Let's transition over to Section 3, automating business and email and clearing out the noise. We step out of the IDE and into the one app we literally never close. And again, we see specialization at work. Instead of a generic AI email writer, the market has completely segmented itself. Inbox Zero layers right onto your existing Gmail or Outlook setup for analytics and cleanup. Superhuman is built for those speed seekers who want an entirely new, ultra-fast premium client. And then Fixer targets the very specific bottleneck of meeting summaries alongside your email. You basically choose the tool based exactly on where your time is bleeding. And outside the inbox, business operators are finding major success by chaining these highly focused agents together. It's like a relay race. You might use Lindy for operational pipelines, pass the baton to Artisan purely for outbound sales, and use Klein for specific development tasks. The connective tissue between these narrow agents is where the real magic happens, not in forcing one single model to do the whole shebang. All right, Section 4, navigating AI creative media and the power of hyper-specific controls. This hyper-specific approach is completely shifting the creative space too. Let's look at Live Portrait. It's an open-source application that takes static photos and animates them into talking videos with blazing speed. Users are out there generating these impressive 73-second video animations using cloud GPUs or even just local machines. But the true power of a tool like Live Portrait isn't just that it makes a video. It's how it actually lets you control it. It gives creators advanced, granular controls. You're not just typing a prompt, crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. You can manipulate highly specific bottlenecks, things like the target eyelid open ratio, the relative motion, or seamlessly cropping and pasting a generated subject right back into a background. It proves once again that precision and specific controls completely outcompete general, unpredictable outputs every single time. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Guardrails and Human Oversight, and the True Cost of Autonomy. To really understand this from a global perspective, we can look to Egypt's newly released 2026 National Generative AI Guidelines. This document provides a really profound blueprint for how to balance rapid innovation with vital responsibility. It steps right up to address the very specific risks that these powerful tools create in our world. In these guidelines, the Egyptian ministry explicitly states that the value of generative AI systems isn't just in their technical capabilities. It's in how responsibly they are governed and how closely they align with societal values and human dignity. The core philosophy here is that AI is designed to enhance, but absolutely never replace human judgment. And this is absolutely vital when we talk about what the guidelines refer to as agentic AI. Think about it. When an AI stops just suggesting text to you and actually starts taking autonomous actions, like sending real emails to clients via Artisan or reviewing production code via Greptile, the risks scale exponentially. The guidelines also specifically call out the dangers of powerful synthetic media tools. Think back to the capabilities we just discussed with Live Portrait. When you can generate highly realistic lip-sync videos, it demands strict oversight and incredibly clear boundaries to prevent misinformation and maintain integrity. So, to mitigate those risks, Egypt's framework emphasizes a human-centered approach based on some core principles. We're talking about demanding fair results, actively avoiding those weird AI hallucinations, protecting data privacy, ensuring ethical use, and above all else, maintaining strict human oversight from the design phase all the way through to deployment. And echoing those very national guidelines, developers in the trenches completely agree. As Pritesh from Indie Hackers pointed out, a specialized agent is only as safe as the operating constraints it's given. The framework is what makes the autonomy safe, not the AI model itself. Which brings us to the ultimate question of 2026. What happens when your autonomous outbound sales tool hallucinates? Or your automated code reviewer makes a critical error at 3 a.m. and there's no human around to catch it? Who is responsible? The answer, universally agreed upon from indie hacker developers all the way up to national governments, is the human, us. Whether an AI is handling an important business workflow, writing software, or generating public media, human judgment and ethical responsibility have to remain the final safety net. So, what should we really take away from all this? Well, as you look at your own daily bottlenecks, consider not just which narrow, specialized tool is going to speed up your work. Ask yourself, how will you maintain the human insight required to wield that tool safely? Because even in this incredible era of specialized AI, the most important component in the loop is you.